Hey everybody, it's me, DeoGenZ. Welcome to another edition of the Cannabis Correction blog. Today, I'm going to talk to you about rights, the lack thereof. I heard a George Carlin bit last night and it really struck me correct. It pointed out so blatantly clear how this is just a toss-up. This is a random monkey game that has some monkeys, some pretentious alpha males trying to pretend as if they know what's going on and as if the system is running succinctly and fine. And I'm going to play that bit for you at the end of this so I won't have to waste time explaining what it was all about. But it really got me thinking down the tangent of why it's so difficult to get anything changed in this fucking system. And it's because of all the stagnation. People believe that they're safe. They have some false sense of security. And I don't know who said it. I don't take credit at all for this quote. But those who forfeit their freedom for security deserve neither. I really wish I remembered who that was from. I listen to so many great speakers that sometimes they all just get jumbled in my head. So if you know where that quote's from, please comment away. But it's true. People will give up endless freedoms just for the false sense of security. Just to have somebody pat them on the back and say, "It's all right, everything's working fine." When in fact it's not working fine. Nothing's working fine. This whole system is bullshit. Of course, how can I just point out that it's bullshit without giving an example? Here's one for you. If there was such a thing as rights, and it only seems that it's wrong unless you get, or it's only wrong if you get caught, then why is it that we've already seen multiple accounts of the American military going into the Middle East and just destroying towns, annihilating civilians? WikiLeaks is out. WikiLeaks has been out. But you notice, what's the first thing they do? Oh, let us discredit that right away. We did that. We, the American government, posted a live video feed of our good old red, white, and blue boys gunning down a bunch of innocent children and people in the streets. And I threw children out there because it's a hot-button term. It is. And that's part of the false sense of security they give you. They say, think of the children, think of the children. That's why pot's illegal. Think of the children. What could they do with it? They could get some crazy shit. They could start to think on their own. They could start to come up with more creative ideas. And fuck! What if they figure out they don't need the system? That's the danger right there. But everybody throws the children as a barricade up to try and reason with no logic. Who cares if it's a child? It's a early human. It's a work in progress. And with everything surrounding that child, I highly doubt the progress is going to be very positive. When we're surrounded by constant bombardment from media still, I don't have a TV. I don't watch, well, that's not true. I have a monitor so I can play Wii. And so I could look at things on my computer with an HDMI cable. But I don't have television. I got rid of that, I guess it's like over 5 years ago, yeah. Over 5 years ago. So I have no idea what's being transmitted on the tubes. But me and my mother were recently in a doctor's office and we were just sitting in the waiting room. And it's just pitiful. I can't believe people are acting so calm, as if nothing's the matter, resources are fine, economy's good. La la la, I'm just going to keep going to work and maybe it'll work itself out. But guess what, guys? It's not going to work itself out because this bullshit belief that you have some sort of inalienable rights, bullshit. Those rights were given to you by slave owners. Men who said all men are created equal and free. If you don't see the hypocrisy in the first Constitution and Bill of Rights, I don't know where you're going to find it. And if those rights are so sacred, why were they amended so many times? It's because it's just another method of control. What people often forget and don't like to think about because, oh no, don't shatter my illusion, don't shut up, don't shatter it, don't call me a monkey. I know, I don't want to know, but I know there's evolution, but I believe in God. I believe in God, and I believe we have rights, so I'm correct, and I get to kill people in other countries that I don't know for their resources. What? What was that last part? I believe in God. No, but that's the problem. monkeys have gone haywire with their illusions. We think that what we've come up with in our mind is so spectacular that it can dictate everyone, what everyone does, what everyone thinks. Oh, look at this pillar of the way you are supposed to be. This is the God, this is the government that you are supposed to emulate. Well, I believe if we emulated our government and our gods, ruthless as they are, killing other members of their non-religious sects, and of course the government going out and killing whoever they fucking please, I don't think we want to emulate those types of pillars of example, if you ask me. But the problem is, so many people believe that this is a different thing. So many people believe that we're not animals. We are. We're just another type of animal that wears fake fucking clothing. And I'm wearing oil right now. What is this bullshit? I'm wearing fucking liquid that was made in a factory and made to be semi-solid, but it's still oil. And guess what? It leaches chemicals into my skin whenever I sweat or whenever I heat up. So that's just fucking lovely. Who knows the skin cancer I'll be experiencing later. But that's the thing. You cannot separate the animal from the environment. And what has government and God done but do that exactly, completely, like splitting an atom? The result is monstrosity large. I was about to say monstrositous. Monstrositous is not a word, but we're going to make it a word. Monstrositous. It makes a monstrositous explosion of diabolical situations, because when you think that God gives you the right to till the land and take from the soil and take down all the plants that we need for our usage, extract all the minerals and turn them into something like plastic, which my phone is resting on, which is also made of plastic, which is more fucking oil that won't degrade. When we have that idea that we're something unique, we're something special, you're not special. No one's special. Nobody's kid is special. You're not special. I'm not special. We're here on happenstance. A lot of atoms coalesced together, many comets and meteors crunched into what we now know as Earth, and over millennia of evolution, we are here today. I don't want to hear any of your God debates. If you believe in God and you don't believe in evolution, I don't mind if you've got spirituality by your side. It's a crazy shit life, and I could understand somebody needing a story to get them through it. But if you don't believe in evolution, please leave the channel right now. Please shut this video off and stick a gun in your mouth. I mean, really, we don't need you anymore. If it wasn't for this faulty system, you would be dead, Mr. God Believer, because you are focusing on something fake. Let me guess. You believe in God and you got a good job, so you're set. But that's another thing. Money is fake too. Money is this papery cotton sort of material. I don't even know what it's made of now. Wouldn't it be humorous if it's just made of some sort of synthetic oil fibers, just to double smack everyone who fucking lives by money? But everybody thinks that money's all you need in life. Money is the route to success. Money will get you some perks in this society, but it's by far not the route to success. It's the ego booster. It's, oh, I'm playing in this system. I'm doing successful. I must be the man. But you're not. You're a poor deluded monkey who needs to get in line with what's real. And what's real is the environment. How's the environment doing out there? Oh, it's awful. It's awful. Sure, it may not be right out back your front step. What? Right out back of your front steps. That's, go figure that one out. Weird house people live in, right? But it's not right out front of your door. It's not in your neighborhood, perhaps. But that's because you're not looking at it. You're enjoying this industrialized society to the fullest, or maybe not to the fullest, and meagerly getting by, depressed, and you don't know why. Here's a little hint for why you might be depressed. You're separating yourself from the environment, and it is suffering. It's dying. I'm in environmental science right now, and it's going to be quite an education. This is my major. So I'm going to have lots of new tidbits to tell you guys in the Cannabis Correction blog, because cannabis, coming from nature, something that should never, have had monkeys spread their shitty illusions all over and say, oh, you can't have that. That's an ungodly plant. What? Get the fuck out of here. It's nature. But I'm learning many things, and one of the things I learned that was very shocking, I live in New Jersey. There's this place called the Pine Barrens, which is kind of in like the central part of Jersey. And it's not a place that anyone can really go to. There are roads that go through it, but that's about it. I learned that the reason no one can go there is because during the 50s and 60s, Elizabeth and Newark took all their chemical waste and dumped it. They just dumped it in the fucking Pine Barrens. You know, they didn't think, you know, what could happen here? I mean, it's just toxic chemicals, really. What the fuck? It's not like it's in my backyard. It's not like I have to smell it the next day. Who cares? That's what happens when you get this dangerous illusion that you're something different than the environment. You are the earth. You came from the plants. And now you're taking a shit all over everything. Way to go. Way to completely forget your roots. Forget your family roots. You know, they most likely trot all over the environment too. And I'm not saying that that's not what this is about. Really, it's a resource game. It's very much like Minecraft. It's a self-defined motivation system. But when you take that motivation system and you try to institute a server, and then you say nobody can do this and nobody can do that, but I can because I'm the one who created this server. I'm the one who created this government, so I can kill who I want. I can grief all the countries I'd like to. It's no repercussions on me. But if you do it, if you dare steal a penny from my government, you dare steal a block from my treasure chest in Minecraft, you're out of here. You're banned. Perma-banned. Nobody in society will talk to you ever again. You're going in the brig. You're going to jail. You smoked that plant cannabis that came from outside, you're going to jail. So maybe you can start to realize the ridiculous nature of laws, rules, and rights, because we have none. We're goofy monkeys that have lost all sight of what is important in this world. We've lost so much of that sight and got such delusions of grandeur in our heads that now our population is at an all-time high, and at a dangerous level too. The Earth has a carrying capacity, and if people are not going to get fixed, completely get your nuts chopped off, or just don't fuck, if people don't stop doing that, then we're not going to have an Earth to enjoy. I've already taken the stance. I don't want children for two reasons. One, I don't want to add to the population. There's enough. My parents had 2 children. They should have had 1. I love my brother, don't get me wrong, but you really only need 1 to replace your family lineage, to keep your genes going. But at this point, there's no reason why. Why would you want to bring a kid into this? Why? I mean, that is such an irresponsible move, it seems to me. For me, I mean, I'm 19. Of course, a kid would be disastrous right now, but never do I want a kid, because we have taken this planet way too far in the dumps. I can't control what the people in the past did. I wasn't around back then. I wasn't even a thought, neither was my parents. But you got to do what you got to do with the cards you're dealt, and I try to do my best to sort of counteract some of the damage we've done. For example, not only will I not have kids, but for the longest time, it's still going successful, mind you, I'm not going to have a vehicle of any sort. I don't have my license. I reiterate, I'm 19. That's kind of odd for a teenager to just reject the license, but I saw it as a chain, because you get so much debt for getting the car, and now you have a fucking script to pay with insurance just for having a license. Just for having a license, because you're a liability, you now have to pay out to insurance. That's another way that they fishhook you in the system. That's the part that gets you to believe that you're something different than the environment, when you're really not. You're just a monkey that's being taken advantage of by a bunch of other goons who are saying, watch this, we're going to snatch his resources and he won't do a thing. So I leave you with that. Mull it over and enjoy this Carlin bit, which really inspired me to get down this path of anger and just realizing that, and I did know this before, it's just, you know, it didn't really click to me. Why is it that it's so hard to enact change in any system, And that's because people are fucking cowards. People are about as smart, on average, as bovine, because they don't want to think for themselves. They want to be told what to think. They want to have everyone do it for them. It's ridiculous, and it's a sick culture that I don't like to be a part of as often as I can. So, hearing it for the anti-culture online, I'm DeoGenZ. Enjoy the Master Carlin.
Swearing on the Bible is just one more way of controlling people and keeping them in line, and it's one more thing that holds us back as a species. Here's one more item for you, the last in our civics book. Rights. Boy, everyone in this country is always running around yammering about their fucking rights. I have a right, you have no right, we have a right, they don't have a right. Folks, I hate to spoil your fun, but there's no such thing as rights, okay? They're imaginary. We made them up, like the boogeyman. The Three Little Pigs, Pinocchio, Mother Goose, shit like that. Rights are an idea. They're just imaginary. They're a cute idea. Cute. But that's all. Cute and fictional. But if you think you do have rights, let me ask you this. Where do they come from? People say, well, they come from God. They're God-given rights. Oh, fuck, here we go again. Here we go again. The God excuse. The last refuge of a man with no answers and no argument. It came from God. Anything we can't describe must have come from God. Personally, folks, I believe that if your rights came from God, He would have given you the right to some food every day, and He would have given you the right to a roof over your head. God would have been looking out for you. God would have been looking out for you. You know that? He wouldn't have been worried about making sure you have a gun so you get drunk on Sunday night and kill your girlfriend's parents. But let's say it's true. Let's say God gave us these rights. Why would He give us a certain number of rights? The Bill of Rights in this country has 10 stipulations, okay? 10 rights. And apparently God was doing sloppy work that week because we've had to amend the Bill of Rights an additional 17 times. So God forgot a couple of things, like slavery. Just fucking slipped His mind. But let's say God gave us the original 10. He gave the British 13. The British Bill of Rights has 13 stipulations. The Germans have 29. The Belgians have 25. The Swedish have only 6. And some people in the world have no rights at all. What kind of a fucking goddamn God-given deal is that? No rights at all? Why would God give different people in different countries different numbers of different rights? Boredom? Amusement? Bad arithmetic? Do we find out at long last, after all this time, that God is weak in math skills? Doesn't sound like divine planning to me. Sounds more like human planning. Sounds more like one group trying to control another group. In other words, business as usual in America. Now, if you think you do have rights, one last assignment for you. Next time you're at the computer, get on the internet, go to Wikipedia. When you get to Wikipedia, in the search field for Wikipedia, I want you to type in Japanese Americans 1942, and you'll find out all about your precious fucking rights, okay? All right. You know about it. You know about it. Yeah. In 1942, there were 110,000 Japanese American citizens in good standing, law-abiding people who were thrown into internment camps simply because their parents were born in the wrong country. That's all they did wrong. They had no right to a lawyer, no right to a fair trial, no right to a jury of their peers, no right to due process of any kind. The only right they had, right this way, into the internment camps. Just when these American citizens needed their rights the most, their government took them away. And rights aren't rights if someone can take them away. They're privileges. That's all we've ever had in this country is a bill of temporary privileges. And if you read the news even badly, you know that every year the list gets shorter and shorter and shorter. You see how sooner or later? Yeah. Sooner or later, the people in this country are going to realize the government does not give a fuck about them. Government doesn't care about you or your children or your rights or your welfare or your safety. It simply doesn't give a fuck about you. It's interested in its own power. That's the only thing, keeping it and expanding it wherever possible. Personally, when it comes to rights, I think one of two things is true. I think either we have unlimited rights or we have no rights at all. Personally, I lean toward unlimited rights. I feel, for instance, I have the right to do anything I please. But if I do something you don't like, I think you have the right to kill me. So where are you going to find a fairer fucking deal than that? So the next time some asshole says, gee, I have a right to my opinion, you say, oh yeah? Well, I have a right to my opinion, and my opinion is you have no right to your opinion. Then shoot the fuck and walk away. Thank you.